the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1, date January 17, 2024. Decree. We hereby confirm that Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1 is the owner and manager of the World Account in the World Sovereign Bank of the Order of Hospitallers, account number 010001488877 C3AM01, distributed in various banks in all countries around the world. We hereby confirm that Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1 is the owner and manager of the World Account in the World Sovereign Bank of the Order of Hospitallers, account number 01-1-735-16-222-777-888-999, distributed in various banks in all countries around the world. We remind you that Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1 is the owner and manager of all world assets, including accounts under the names White Spiritual Boy, Spiritual Wonder Boy, Spiritual Wonder Brothers, Morning Star, King David, Prophet Muhammad, Demas and Saint Timothy, White Mongolia, White Vatican, White Eagle, Maria Sinukan or Divine Crystal, Maria Banaha or Divine Sunflower, Maria Christina or Divine Magdalene, Maria Macklin or Divine Easter Egg, Falcon, Alpha Omega, and other accounts placed in various banks in all countries around the world. We hereby confirm all previous legal and sub-legal sovereign international acts of the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1, namely decrees, resolutions, and orders, and all other legal and subordinate sovereign international acts of the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1. By God's grace, by right of the Supreme Sovereign, in fulfillment of the sacred mission to overcome the world financial crisis, prevent the Third World Nuclear War, eliminate the destructive, toxic, and dysfunctional debt, fit financial system, and in fulfillment of the creation of a bright world financial system based on heavenly principles and the gold standard, namely the sacred spiritual gold treasure RA M0M1 XU, for serving light humanity in its development and prosperity, according to the divine law of creation and creation of a light creative world, based on the heavenly principles of democracy, justice, love, and harmony, for the creative, spiritual, and divine development of light humanity in universal love and harmony with all that is, and with all that is for the glory of the highest kind, in execution of the right of the sovereign and norms of international law, in execution of Resolution Number 13 dated on the 1st of March 2022, the State Bank of the USSR and all other legal sovereign international acts of the Sovereign International Monetary 1 by the right of the absolute owner and chief regulator of the entire world financial system, by the right of the absolute owner and manager of all world assets in the entire world on the basis of the exclusive, historical right from the creator of the new era, based on criminal international financial activities, including on the basis of the fact of a crime in relation to violations of the International Sovereign Legal Act of the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary 1, number 13, dated on the 1st of March 2022, and sovereign decrees on the ban of fiat cryptocurrencies number 23, number 28, 42, 43, also taking into account the fact of joint criminal activity with the prohibited terrorist organization, the Central Bank of the Russian Federation, the Central Bank of Russia, thereby violating the sovereign legislation of the great sovereign country of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, as well as the decree SITM1 number 13, dated on the 1st of March 2022, committing international crime, namely violating the sovereign international law and the sovereign legislation of the great sovereign country of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, on the mandatory appeal to the main regulator of the entire banking system of the great sovereign country of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics throughout the USSR to the State Bank of the USSR. I hereby declare, deprive legal subjectivity, recognize outside the divine law of creation and outside the law, and declare as international, criminal, terrorist organizations, Core Company Scientific, Tesser Company Limited, Cantor Fitzgerald Bank as their owners, participants, organizers, accomplices, and satellites, as well as all family members of owners, members, participants, organizers, their accomplices, and satellites throughout the history of their existence. all specialized subjects of law to immediately begin a criminal investigation with criminal and spiritual liability, with the full rigor of the law, the letter of the law, and international criminal law for international criminal terrorist organizations of their owners, participants, organizers, accomplices, and satellites, as well as all family members of owners, members, participants, organizers, their accomplices and satellites who have been conducting their criminal activities for a long time. All types of assets and any property belonging to the international terrorist organizations, Core Company Scientific, Tesser Company Limited, Cantor Fitzgerald Bank, their owners, participants, organizers, accomplices, and satellites, as well as all family members of owners, members, participants, organizers, their accomplices and satellites are subject to immediate confiscation and crediting to the balance sheet of the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One, with subsequent distribution and use for development of programs and projects of bright humanity. In execution of this decree, all international and state counterterrorism legal law enforcement organizations, all military organizations of the Army of the World, all valid orders, all masters of the world systems, all masters of the world financial systems, all international and state-controlled organizations, all missionaries performing the sacred mission before United All God, All Creator, All Maker, Giver of all light and knowledge to the world, all world spaces, Yavi, Navi, Slavi, and Pravi, in persons of the All Light, All Heavenly, All Divine Providence, All Great Divine Righteousness, All Great Cosmic Forces, All Divine Armadas, all divine fleets, as well as the great fleet of RA, immediately begin to implement this decree in terms of its full implementation. To all bright humanity and all international subjects of law, organized on the basis of the celestial principles of democracy, observing the celestial principles of democracy, Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One strongly recommends to conduct a self-organization procedure in the country in order to manifest the supreme people's power of the sovereign and return the sovereign status of their motherland for a light, peaceful and creative development and universal love and friendship throughout the world. The Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One recommends a competent and light approach to the issue of self-organization at the system level. The Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One wishes all countries, all clans and tribes, all nations of the world of all bright humanity the speedy restoration of their bright home under the sovereign flag as the sacred name motherland in the universal creative construction of our bright world as the universal native temple. Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One firmly confirms its statement and in the future to impartially and correctly fulfill its light mission to restore justice and build all light, all heavenly system, which should and will faithfully serve the bright humanity, and consequently, all God, all Creator, all creative family of the Supreme as the one all heavenly, all to God, all to the Creator, all creative of all existing, and all non-existent, as the creation of all light, all great, all heavenly. His Majesty Alexander, the King of Kings, White Spiritual Boy 13th, Secretary General of the Sovereign International Treasury Monetary One, President of White Spiritual Boy RSB Global Corp Incorporated, Grand Intendant of the Sovereign Order of St. Jerusalem, Rhodes, Malta, the Supreme Sovereign of the Order of the Hospitallers, Chairman of the Board of the World Sovereign Bank of the Order of the Hospitallers, Om.